2012 Olympics will be taking place in London, the only city, by the way, to have hosted the modern-day games 3 times. But why not head over there right now? Hey, fares are incredibly low. You can get a chance to explore the city that will take center stage next July and August. Novelist Kristen Harmel, who has set one of her books partially in London, joins us today to talk about how you can do just that. Good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
This is fun stuff because I've never traveled to London, but now I feel like I'm going on a trip.
Well, good.
With you. This is nice.
Well, it was absolutely a wonderful trip. I've always been a big fan of London. But I've gotten to explore a little bit more of the area around London on this trip too, which is something that I think will really be important when the Olympics come around. So if you kind of want to get the jump on the rest of the world and see what's going on, for the 2012 Olympics, I would say go over now.
Okay.
So starting from London as your base, you can spend a lot of time in London, but there are a few places I think you should visit outside London too. Wimbledon, of course, the famous, yeah, that's where the tennis events are going to be taking place. You can go there now and take a tour of the museum and see some of the tennis courts. You can also go out to Eton, which is where Eton College is, where Prince William and Prince Harry went to school. That's where the rowing events are going to be taking place on Eton Dorney Lake. So you can actually get out and walk around that area, jog, whatever, see the rowing, rowing area. But you can also explore the town of Eton, which is just beautiful, just kind of this quaint little town right outside London.
Small town, okay, that's cool.
And Windsor is right across the bridge, so you can go visit Windsor Castle, which is where the Queen still spends most of her weekends.
Oh.
So come be a guest of the Queen. Yes,
nice
absolutely.
Is that? Okay. And of course the stadium itself, you've got to see the stadium.
Absolutely. Okay, so if you have been to London before, anyone who's been to London before, don't assume you know London. They have completely revamped East London, which basically used to be an industrial complex. They've revamped it as the home of the Olympics. So you can go now and walk the perimeter of Olympic Park. You can do it alone, or you can take a blue badge tour. You can find out a lot about that on visitlondon.com or visitengland.com, or of course on our website. So you'll really see sort of where the Olympics are going to take place. You can also go to the O2 Arena, which is where the gymnastics and basketball finals will be taking place. It's kind of a famous arena in London. You can go into it now. There are lots of shops, there's a movie theater. You can go to the British Music Experience, which is kind of England's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Which that's kind of a cool thing to do in an Olympic place, but without having to, do an Olympic thing. And there are lots of other things like that around that you can engage in.
And it won't cost you a lot, that's the thing.
Absolutely. There are a lot of very low-cost things to do in England, the British Museum, and of course all the main tourist sites that London is known for.
Sure.
Big Ben, Buckingham Palace, all those things you think of.
Maybe you can find Kate and William.
Absolutely. Well, hey, if you want to find them, I have found a few places for you.
Well, then what we need to do is go to galtime.com and find those places. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
Love, fashion, entertainment, need more Gal Time? Be sure to check out galtime.com for tons of tips, articles, and discussions just like these.